Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I filmed a little bicep workout for you. I just wanted to touch on a couple things before we get into it. So basically, yesterday while I was filming this, I chose to work out my pecs in the morning and then work my biceps later in the day. The reason that I decided to do this was because when you work your pec muscles, a lot of the movements that you would do to work them also work your biceps. So things like bench press or cable work, you're working your pecs, but you're also, your secondary muscle that you're also using for a lot of these is your biceps. So just getting that extra little pump in the morning and then going back later in the day to work them, to actually focus on them and isolate the muscle, I just found that extra fatigue in the morning helps me not only get a better pump, but just get a better workout and altogether just break it down that much more and just fatigue the muscle as much as you can. So I found that to be probably the most effective way to work my biceps. And I wanted to touch on a couple things that make this easier, because I know that working out twice a day can be a little bit challenging for some people. It can be tiring and not everyone has time for it. The time, you just kind of have to just make it a priority and go. I mean, you don't have to go twice a day, but that's just kind of what I found to be the most effective way to do it, so that's what I do. I just wanted to show some things that help me with having the energy to go and just having the motivation. So basically, the first thing I wanted to talk about is a supplement. It's called creatine. It looks just like this. I get it at GNC. Basically what it does is it increases the amount of ATP that your muscles produce while you're working out. ATP, basically what it does is it's energy that your muscles use to push more weight or get more reps or do more sets. It helps you get the most out of your workout. There are different kinds of creatine that you can get. The one that I use is HCl. I used to use some, it's called monohydrate, and those are probably the two most common that I've seen. HCl I found to be a little bit better just because with monohydrate, basically what it does is it causes a lot of water to be sucked into your system, and then it can cause bloating, and also when you stop taking it, you lose a lot of that water, which means you're losing a lot of mass, and your size also depreciates, so you look smaller than you actually are. So with HCl, you don't really have this. Since it's being mostly absorbed into your body, you get more of an effect from it just because you're getting more of it into your bloodstream, you're getting more of it into your muscles. It's more effective, it's better absorbed by your body. So that's the reasoning behind why I use HCl as opposed to monohydrate. And then the second supplement that I choose to use is Ghost. It looks just like this. It's a pre-workout. It's pretty good. I get both of these at GNC. I've tried different pre-workouts besides Ghost. I've tried Lit, I've tried C4, there's another one called Shred or something. Not exactly sure what that one's called, but they're all sold at GNC. And you can get them at other places too, anywhere that sells supplements. I'm sure you can get them online anywhere. But basically what it does is it can give you an extra boost of energy while you go to the gym. I know it has a lot of caffeine in it. It has a lot of different branched chain amino acids that can help you just with protein synthesis and also blood flow to your muscles, which is very important, just getting enough oxygen to them so that they can work the proper way that they're supposed to. So I would definitely recommend, if you need an extra little boost during your workouts, if you feel like you're plateauing or you go to the gym and you don't really see much of a difference, you don't really feel like it's doing anything, you're not getting an effect, this can really be a great combo just to help you with that and to help you just get that extra boost. So definitely recommend these two, and even if you just do one, they're both pretty effective just on their own. So I would definitely recommend trying it out, seeing how you like it. It can really make a difference if you just give it a try. So definitely recommend that. So if you're looking for a very good and effective workout for your biceps, keep on watching. Most workouts that you're going to do for your biceps are going to consist of some type of curl. For this first bicep workout I'm doing is, I like to call it a bench curl. So basically what you're doing is you're having your armpit flush with the top of the bench and just lower the weight down. Always flex your bicep while you're doing this just to keep the tension inside your bicep and so you're not using other muscles to do the motion. You want to isolate your bicep as much as possible and just lower the weight down. I think I do about 12 reps here and then I move over to I think a 15-pound weight and keep going. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm going until around failure with the 30 pounds and then continuing to fatigue the muscle with a smaller amount of weight. I also use a smaller amount of reps while using the smaller amount of weight just so that I get the most out of my bicep while I'm doing this workout.
Think I can fly. Think I can fly when I'm with you. My arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows. I know that I'm rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your eyes, even if we're strangers till we die.
Alright, so once you're done with the smaller amount of weight on your first arm, then you want to switch over to your second arm. You just want to do the same thing, lowering the weight down slowly and bringing it back up. Make sure you don't go too far and don't go like over your shoulder. Just bring it all the way down and all the way up and just do it in a slow, controlled motion just to get the most out of your bicep. And make sure not to use other smaller accessory muscles to help the weight up. You want to flex your bicep. Use your bicep as much as possible, isolate it as much as possible, because that's how you get the most growth out of it.
Pool days, hot tops, with my blue face, ice pops. I'ma make a shoelace, necklace. Yeah, we whipping pop so Lexus, and I'm skipping school days, mic drops, eyes on summer like Cyclops. Yeah, we.
Alright, so for my next exercise, I'll be doing some pull-ups. I like to do these in a set, so it's 2 different exercises in one set just because doing them back to back helps maximize the amount of fatigue that I get with my biceps. While doing these, you want to just lower yourself down, not all the way so you're hanging, but you want to lower it enough to where you have to pull all the way up with your bicep and get the maximum amount of motion with it. And then bring your chin all the way up past your hands and then lower yourself down slowly again. This way you get the most effective motion with your exercise.
Yeah, I say Batman all the way up, yeah. I'm about to take off on that nigga, yeah. And codeine dream. And codeine dream. And codeine dream. And codeine dream. Codeine dream. Hey, yeah, hey. I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my pinky. I'm moonwalking, but my Christian Louboutin bleeding. I'm smoking moon rock, shawty, and I feel it seeding. I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my pinky. I'm moonwalking, but my Christian Louboutin bleeding. I'm smoking moon rock, shawty, and I feel it seeding. I'm in Uranus right now, I think I seen a demon. I thought I left you back there in the cell, or am I dreaming? Say I ain't dealing with your dog, I'm going a different way. I broke up with my red bone, I went the Milky Way. I'm riding in the rave, feeling like I'm out of space. Stars on my sunroof, plenty of the apes. I couldn't wait till they released me right back on the turf. I took off on you busters, left you right on planet Earth. I feel like Jimmy Neutron, how I blast off on the verse. I know my son gon' like this song, so I ain't finna curse. Know he gon' wanna explore the world, so I'ma show him first. Say we distinguished beings, baby, me and you diverse. I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my pinky. I'm moonwalking, but my Christian Louboutin bleeding. I'm smoking moon rock, shawty, and I feel it seeding. I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my pinky. I'm moonwalking, but my Christian Louboutin bleeding.
About to take off on you peons and go back to Mars. About to leave these peons beyond like the Jackson 4. Tried to moonwalk on the moon and had to wax the floors. Tried to put me in the box and then I crashed the Porsche. By the way, go be a VI chain, go back and forth. Yeah, got a trapper, not the Fiat, she be back and forth. Yeah, about to put myself together, take it back apart. Yeah, got the codeine on my bread, it smell like caviar. Yeah, codeine dreaming, it come true too. That's my spaceship. My Milky Way got pregnant. She say it's for you who FaceTime Kodak with my nunu. I love you cause he knew you. I'm wet dreaming by activists. 2 new cups feel like new boobs. Don't you?
I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my pinky. I'm moonwalking, but my Christian Louboutin bleeding. I'm smoking moon rock, shorty, and I feel it seeding. I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a neutron on my pinky. I'm moonwalking, but my Christian Louboutin bleeding. I'm smoking moon rock, shorty, and I feel it seeding. About to go to Saturn, heard they got the baddest species. You can hit me on my galaxy, you tryna reach me. I went to mall to get some Xanax ball to go to sleep. I'm in my own space shuttle flying 2 seats. I love Future and Pluto, cause that boy was too geek. End up playing Sudoku all the way in Mercury. I took too much to show him, feel like I'm on Neptune. I'm with an alien, she showing me what that neck do. And I'm a metamorphosis, you just a regular dude. You'll need a spacesuit to get up on this latitude. If she ain't foreign, then she born, I need a Zorcon. You taking morphine, homie, you a moron. I might take off on you peons and go way to Venus. I'm a star, so I put a new...
So for the next set, I'm going to start with some cable crunches. I like to use a rope when doing these. You can use a bar, you can use the handles, it doesn't matter. But basically all you're going to do is put your arms over your kneecaps and just pull up and release down to make a 90-degree angle. You always want to keep the tension in your biceps just like any other curl. Holding the tension in your bicep, try not to use any other accessory muscles to pull the weight, just use your biceps. That's how you'll get the most effective results out of this movement. So keep doing this. I think I did about 10 reps and then switch into the next exercise. So for the next one, I'm going to be doing barbell curls. For the barbell curls, you're going to want to lower the weight down and pull it back up, not going all the way down or all the way up. Just keep the tension in your biceps. Don't let it hang down, but also don't have it all the way up to where it's resting and you have your arms on your side and it's holding the weight up. You want your biceps to be holding the weight the entire time. So also having your arms out kind of more in front, like next to your side, but also like in the front of your torso. That helps keep the tension like in your biceps and away from just like holding it up with your body. Alright, so for the final set, you're going to want to start off with some machine curls. The advantage to doing machine curls as opposed to barbell curls is that you don't break the plane. And what I mean by that is when you're doing barbell curls, you can shift the weight around more. You can move the bar to one side or the other more easily, and you can use other muscles that help your biceps curl the weight. When you're using a machine, it's always in the same plane. It's the same movement every time, and that makes it easier to concentrate and isolate your biceps. I think both techniques are equally beneficial in their own ways. It just depends on what you're going for. I like to integrate both into my workout just because I think sometimes integrating the barbell just because it works all of your arm muscles in some way, that is beneficial, but also just isolating your bicep is great too because then you get more out of every rep. Alright, so after the machine curls, you're going to want to switch into some regular push-ups. While doing push-ups, I like to have my hands about shoulder width apart, lowering myself close to the ground but not all the way to the ground, and pushing up. My reasoning for doing this is that most of the time when I'm doing an exercise, I like to just feel when my body is fatigued and when it's tired. And at the end of your workout, you're going to be more fatigued than at the beginning. So therefore, you want to make your workouts easier for yourself so that you can get more reps out and you can tear your muscle that much more. You don't want to do it all the way to the ground, all the way up, just as hard as you can, because then you're only going to get 3 or 4 reps in, as opposed to if you do it like close to the ground and then close to being all the way up, and then you'll get probably 8 or 9 reps in. And that's my reasoning for not going all the way down. For the final set of the machine crunch, you're just going to do it exactly how you did before. I want to talk a little bit about weight. While you're doing these, I find it easier to do less weight just because you're using your biceps more exclusively and you're isolating them more. So don't be too concerned about the weight on these. Literally just do as much as you can and be comfortable and just have good form. So on your last set of push-ups, your arms should be pretty tired. If you can still get in 10 reps, you probably didn't work yourself hard enough. You need to go back and redo a couple of your different reps. Um, I kind of use push-ups to gauge whether I'm fatigued enough or not. If I can do a lot of them, then I know that I didn't work myself hard enough that day, and I need to redo a lot of different things and go back and try and fatigue myself as much as possible. So this last set of push-ups is basically just to gauge whether or not I did that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any other questions or anything that you want to see from me, definitely just send me a DM. I have my Instagram on my YouTube channel, and you can also just comment or leave a like. It really helps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Yep, thank you.